Welcome to SFH Presents One More Podcast.
Welcome to SFH Presents One More Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Polk. We're having our side podcast today, the SFH Bored Room. This is a boardroom meeting.
So
Word even.
Yeah. What's up?
Gotta make it fun because it's boring.
Me.
What's up, y'all?
Hello,
Ty,
hello.
Brian,
Lots
Kelly,
of stuff.
Lance,
How we all
the
doing?
whole team.
Good. Lots of
stuff.
moving parts.
Wiki.
Yep.
No, you said you had a lot to talk about today.
We
Let's
do.
fucking
We all
go.
got quiet.
So we were talking right before we hopped on here and everything. We were talking about how everybody's been working out, and Kelly made a perfect description of Ty's structure since he's been working out. What did you call
Wait,
him, Kelly?
everybody's been working out?
Well, maybe not you, Zach, but most of them. But it's okay.
What I
Have
was
you been
saying
working out,
was
Zach?
Fuck no.
the camera angle that Ty has chosen this evening gives him a tapered appearance, like his waist, shoulders.
But that's the
it's
same
kinda
angle he always
tapers.
uses.
Wow, this is
He's the
compelling,
hourglass.
compelling podcasting to start the show with. I bet people are hooked.
So those who watch the podcast
half
can
an
chime
hourglass.
in. They can comment as to whether or not the camera angle looks different and whether or not Ty looks a little bit more tapered. I don't know what
I
to
think
say.
it's
Or
more
if you've
like a
already-
T5
if you've already-
than a tapeworm.
Tuned
If
out.
you've already clicked the X at the top of your screen and exited out, you're not hearing this part of the conversation.
I actually
Guess
think
they're
it looks more
lost.
like a teapot than a tapeworm, but I mean that's just
I didn't say
So
tapeworm.
Brian, you said you guys had a lot going on. You had a lot to talk about. Let's get into that.
we
Yeah.
got a shit ton going on. So let's start. Last weekend I was not there, but the crew in front of you went to a rodeo this weekend.
Yeah, it was an Old West show with like
horse show. Yeah,
trick riding and shooting the balloons and whips. 2-year-old doing whips. It was
He was
crazy.
adorable. He was so cute.
Dude, I would pay anything to watch
Just
you
too
learn
cool.
to whip with that fucking nub.
He did ride.
That's
he did
not what
ride
they
a
let
rode
me
a horse.
try. That,
Ty
but
rode a
they-
horse.
Yeah, I did that. Tiger did that.
In a what did
Sorry,
you
I
call
don't
it?
know.
A regular human saddle, I believe.
It
you
was a
called
normal
real
human
human-
saddle. They
normal
have
human
broke
saddle.
dude
Did you-
saddles.
Did you
But
just
I
like did you just like sit in the saddlebag on the side?
No, I sat with the damn at first the saddle horn in a death grip. But it's the same thing when I'm riding in my chair off road. It does a lot of this crap underneath me, and the hips keep going so I'm not losing my crap. So yeah, it took 20 feet before I was like, oh shit, okay. I know how to do this. I just never tried. Sitting there, the one lady was worried I was going to fall on her head. I was like, I got this.
all good. as long
Or
as you
get
don't
out
have
of
a
the way.
crooked
Don't lie,
saddle.
Ty.
All good as long as you don't have a crooked saddle, and then you get problems.
Yeah, yeah. The importance of the saddle being on straight.
We would just see Ty go from here to here.
It's like, hey.
So
Hey,
that was
you
cool though.
guys.
To
It
watch
was fun.
To
I
watch
enjoyed
Ty
it.
go around on a horse was super cool. The smile on his face was priceless.
I like the idea of getting one of the saddles where my nubs can kind of lock into it, and like maybe trying to do some riding. Like, cause yeah, if he'd have started going, I'd have been screwed too. He
Yeah,
had
right.
to go. He had to do just the walk,
So,
or
so
I'd
you're
have died.
the horse that Ty got to ride is one of their oldest horses who's been around the block, so
20.
to speak, quite a bit. And he does a lot of the trick riding and a lot of the adaptive riding and things like that. So he's perfect for a first time
Yeah, he's-
horseback rider.
Used to all the broke people.
Yeah. So that was cool. Then they have an event. You got what event this weekend, right? The
Yeah,
Silkies
Friday
run?
and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. I don't even know about
Before
that.
before we move on to that, we got the opportunity to meet another great person, Kelly, while we were there at
Yeah.
McCormick.
Yeah.
And can you explain the procedure that she had done, Ty, a little bit?
She was a Navy corpsman, and I don't know the mechanism of injury, but she's the shoulder was completely gone on the left side, so she was basically ear to hip
Yeah,
bec-
removed years ago.
and they had to put a shoulder in, which have no freaking clue how they mounted a shoulder in there.
Right.
But she also got the osseointegration.
Thank you. Couldn't
they
think of the word.
they they drill a hole in the bone long ways and then put a rod on it, so you have a metal piece sticking out, so the prosthetic just locks straight into it, rather than you having to put on a socket and a harness and the whole nine. That was
Sounds
crazy.
rather painful.
Yeah, so that was the initial one. It's 2 surgeries. They do
I was trying to say, how many surgeries is that?
It's 2.
Okay.
They do the initial where it drills in and puts basically the mounting device in, kind of how they do teeth.
Okay.
But you don't have to wait. The healing process doesn't take as long because the mouth is gross. But yeah, you go in, get that's the one that is painful, the one that is going to be super sore after. And I'm like, well, yeah, they're drilling long ways into the bone.
Right.
And if it fails, you lose a couple inches of what you had. I don't know. And we discussed with me wanting to do it, and I just, if I could do it like trial and for like a month and like fully have it gone if I don't want it there somehow, like that, that'd be ideal.
Like if there was a way you could do a trial.
That's crazy.
Because the main issue,
You can't trial drill your bone.
Oh, I know
Right,
that. That's what I'm
exactly. It's
saying.
not
If there was
possible.
some way to just try it without doing it.
You sound like Steve-O when lately he was talking about getting
Double
a boob
stick
job.
What? Why? Just because?
Yeah, just because he was gonna get he was gonna get a boob job and just go around and be showing it off to everyone and then have it removed. I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Has he ever been in his mind?
I mean, it is.
Well,
who
rather
you're
than
talking
putting a
to,
bolt in the nub, we could
talking
get some of
about
that
as well,
really
so-
good new double stick tape that holds everything together. I mean, parts of my Harley are held together with it, and we just double stick tape it onto the nub and see how it works. And if he likes it, then we drill it out.
Because that's the main beef with wearing prosthetics is the sockets. The sockets are fucking terrible. They're miserable.
Right.
And if sockets weren't involved at all, I mean, it could be a very different story. I mean, but yeah, there's no just, hey, make it look like it was, please. I'm gonna have metal rods in the end of my legs forever if I did that.
That's
Be a
fine.
ninja, dude.
And like, God forbid, it sucks. And like,
You're
or they
basically
don't.
Wolverine.
But I'm thinking about how much I stand up onto my legs in just everyday life, crawling across a damn bed. Like, I'm a tear a bed to bits. I'm a mess up a couch. I'm a hurt the kids.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Like,
those rods are always there, huh?
yeah. So I also would want to know about like what sort of, when I'm not wearing my legs, if there's like a cap kind of thing.
like a plastic
like a
cap
rubber.
to protect them.
Yeah, I'll put a
Right.
damn part of a pool noodle on the end of it.
Or is it
Oversized cork.
Tyler?
We get you a set of Crocs, custom made Crocs.
There you go.
This is actually
Never.
I actually have a serious question. It's
Gotta
not
go.
that they're like male and female, right? It's going to be easier that way. So on Kelly's shoulder, she has a post that sticks out. I thought that it was more
Yeah,
of
there's
like
a
the
metal-
base. The base is
yeah.
there with the hole, and then when she inserts her prosthetic, no, it's the other way around.
No, you have the male portion on you, and the prosthetic has the female.
Female. They should reverse
lock-in.
that. Why don't they reverse it? That would make my
Because you'd have an
Life so
open
much easier.
hole.
You still want
No,
to
because the
able to
casing
have an open
itself would.
hole.
attach.
So then you put a plug, like
I'm
a cap,
just
like a
saying,
flat
like,
clap. You know.
You can clean something that is mounted on the outside of your person much easier than something you'd have to get a Q-tip in there or something. Like,
Yeah, I suppose.
there's
Yeah.
anything going in is overall not. I mean,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. If they
Right.
just had a thing with a rod,
Right.
locked
Well, they
in.
do two
Right.
types of shoulder replacements. They do a regular replacement, which is a ball and socket, which goes in the metal, which is what I've got. And then they do the reverse one now where it's upside down or backwards, and they can do it, but that's like the total shoulder replacement. And maybe they can attach it to that, but I'm not a surgeon. But I got one.
Nope.
Yeah.
There you go.
She did a good job.
Wag, 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 wag.
So,
Oh, sorry.
so
Interesting.
yeah, you guys tell Zach about what you guys got this weekend, and then we'll get to our race car.
Yeah, well, I think we're Kel and I are gonna go hang out with a group called Florida for Warriors and support what they've got going on, supporting veterans, first responders, and those who support them. On Friday night, they're having a pre-hike dinner get together party. We're going to go by and say hello, and then Saturday morning we'll be set up with some of our merch and say hello to the people and get to know them and see if hopefully this may be another organization that we work with very similar to IW.
Awesome.
Hello to the people.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it should be fun.
What's that? What'd you say, bro?
I said hello to the people.
There you go.
So we were talking before, and then we'll finish out the month because you've got two more. You've got clay stock, and then you've got a golf tournament as well, right? As the month goes on.
Correct. We have Clay Stock, which is a music event, another good fundraiser, and then we will be in Tyler's neck of the wood for a chief petty officer type golf outing. So nice little mixture this month.
I got them running around, Zach. I stay home, you stay home. They run around Florida. Sounds good. So we were talking before the thing. So again, everybody knows I'm the old guy of the group. And a couple weeks ago, we were given the opportunity to talk to a guy that drives an iRacing car. And like,
what is iRacing?
Yeah, what is iRacing? First thing I did was kind of laugh. I just pictured myself sitting in spaceport in one of those little simulators, hoping to get to the next checkpoint for another 8 seconds of driving the car. And honestly, the cruise that we were just on had the arcade, and I did the same thing, and both these guys were standing beside me. My wife and I were driving the cars, right? I did.
You were iRacing, man.
I was iRacing. So we did a little looking into it, and I talked to everybody under 30 that I know, which is a few people, and they were all super excited. So SFH is now the proud sponsor of the number 3 car driven by Johnny Niedrich. And it's kind of cool. So we saw the original car. It's a Chevy. I don't like Chevys. I don't do Pontiacs anymore.
Wild.
But it went into the paint shop, and Chad Wiggins did his magic and his graphics, and I sent you some pictures. We can't put them up. But SFH has an official iRace car.
Yeah, we got a virtual race car.
We got a virtual race car that raced at Talladega last week, baby.
Too cool.
The best part of this whole thing is that he asked, like, so confused with no he had the context clues because I didn't know anything about it, but I was like, I assume virtual racing of some sort. Yes. And but he was the one who pushed for it and was so excited about it from the beginning. The old guy who doesn't get anything about anything. He was so giddy, like a kid. And when he found out it was not just a sticker on the hood, the whole car is SFH.
He got
like
berserk.
It is a black and green car. And
he's
so proud of this damn car.
We know Brian likes all that shit.
I love it. It's the best. But Brian was the most excited by a lot.
How deep does the simulation go? Does he get like drunk driving on the way home from the race simulations and beats his wife simulation and is it true to NASCAR?
I think it depends on the character that
He's been with his wife a very long time, and she works for the Department of Defense, so I don't believe so.
His virtual, not his real wife, his virtual wife.
I didn't know he's got a virtual. So
it depends how deep the simulation goes.
So Ty is 100% correct. Once I found out that I wasn't being played, and it's not some 12-year-old at home racing around in his car. or like Ty at the end of the day, going, hey, I'm going to drive a car and tell Brian it's us. It's kind of cool. So 2 weeks in a row, he sends us a link via, come on, guys, Twitch. There we go. Twitch.
Look at you
I'm sitting on the couch watching our car go around. And
I'm just saying, besides me, the four of you have never heard of Twitch until today. It's crazy.
I heard of it 2 weeks ago.
I know what it is. I've just not navigated it ever.
Ty
This is my
actually
first time.
was the one that introduced me to Twitch because you were talking. There was a veterans group or something on Twitch at one point, right, Ty?
Yeah, Drinking
think.
Bros
Yeah.
were their names. I don't know if they're still a thing. I know that they're awesome. And a dear friend, Mary Daig, was huge and active. And her husband, James. Cribbit.
So it's pretty cool. He does,
Armless lady.
and we'll joke around. He does drive. You know, he's with the pack and all that. And there's a couple of times I'm gone last week. Well, if Ty was in that car, he'd have bumped 6 fucking people out of the way. We'd be in first place.
Well, yeah, but you can't. There's rules in the game.
Oh no! There's more accidents in this shit than a regular NASCAR race. Man, one guy
Oh, of
last
course.
week made a right turn and took out 15 cars. Goodbye.
Yeah, but there's a whole thing with iRacing where you have a license, and every time there's an incident, you lose points off your license. And if you lose your license, you get kicked down to a lower league, or you get kicked down to a lower class.
Correct.
It's pretty fucking intense.
I did not know this.
Yeah, iRacing is the rules are very
I
very strict.
know he's got 64 races under his belt, and I think 9 championships. So I don't know
How
what
did you
levels
find this
or
guy,
any
or
of
how did he find
He
us?
found us.
He found
us. He was when we sent Ty and Lance off to education school at DAV to learn some stuff, like how to check your emails and
stuff and things.
how to make Ty check his emails and be more efficient at things. This guy works there. I think he's a security fellow there for them.
Guard.
Security guard, armed security guard.
Okay.
And just reached out to us and said, hey, I met your guys there. Are you interested in doing this? And anybody we've met would kind of like to help out. And when I found that it is a real thing, even though it's a virtual thing.
Yeah, it's still new media.
Give it a
Either
shot.
way, too. Yeah, why not?
And it's super cool.
cool.
I
And
mean,
a veteran, and being a veteran himself, I'm sure that is one of his ways of coping with things and healing too, because doing that race car. So,
yeah, and
it's
if it didn't like,
so we can't get pictures of, right, Zach? That's one of the features we don't have, right?
No.
Damn.
Right.
Cool looking car.
only video.
So,
right?
Brian, the video
Yeah.
you sent me though, does that have SFH in there someplace for the car?
So last week,
Or is it-
I had trouble getting in. So that is last week's race. So they go into starting soon. They play the entire SFH commercial with Ty. Then it goes into something, and then they bring Johnny on, and Johnny talks about us for a couple minutes with the guys and everything, what we are, what we do, and then you follow the car, go around the track, and then the race starts, and the sponsors, hit the top corner. And look, you guys know me well enough that every 7 seconds, SFH, my eyes are going over here. Doesn't matter. So.
You're just sitting there hard as a rock.
Says it right there. I see it. SFH in the wild. I don't care if it's virtual. It's in the wild.
cheese.
So SFH in the wild has new fucking meaning this week, though. We covered because of kicking rocks over here in the corner. Have you seen that video yet? Zach, please tell me.
Internet
For the
famous.
win.
Yeah.
Have
Can
you
you
seen
Yeah,
pull
that?
that
you know how I saw it. My 16-year-old sends it to me and says, "Hey, this just popped up in my feed." Like,
The best one I've
cool.
heard so far.
So our diva
buddy
is
play
now
it?
got a bigger head.
Oh, shut your bald
Maybe that's
mouth.
why he looks more tapered.
That's good.
It's really the head's bigger.
Because the head's
Has
bigger.
nothing to be.
I'm not nothing. What? I have not done anything.
So without
I have
trying
not done
to do
anything to
anything,
earn these words being
No.
thrown
We
at my
love you.
head.
We love you.
he
love
has
you so much,
inspired more
Tyler.
people in the last week. I have had people email just saying, "Hey, I saw Ty's video. Don't let him take any shit. And if you guys print a shirt that says Kick Rocks, I want it in a lady's V-neck." And I'm going, "Well, we
We
try to
won't do
print,
that,
upbeat
but-
T-shirts, Kicks Rock."
Yeah,
But
it's a little.
So SFH is in. I want to say we went out to Maine. We went out California, Colorado. A lot of different places this week have come through.
And the
cool.
best saw your video thing was a buddy I served with's wife is a teacher, and her students showed her the video, and she was like, "My husband served with him." I was like, "That's the best one so far."
That's cool.
But 30 million is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Yeah, we even have a.
Was your phone like just vibrating for three or 4 days straight, like just trying
Yeah.
to run away from you and leave your hands?
Every time I refreshed it, there was like 500 new comments. I tried so hard to read all of them, and for a little bit I was trying to like everything, and it was
To the point that you started liking things that you shouldn't have been liking, right?
to the point that I accidentally liked a whole bunch of negative stuff that was not good to go, and was like, oh crap, look at me being a dummy. So I stopped doing that, but I was also drowning. It was insane. Yeah, now freaking 100,000 fucking comments.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to watch from the outside in, because you would then see this one shared or that one shared, and another clothing company actually shared it, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, Nine Line Apparel asked if they could share it on theirs because of the military bravado of it all. Mm-hmm. And I was like, as long as the fact that I, co-owner of another clothing company, like, oh yeah, that's fine. I was like, then sure, if you tag us in it.
Which they did not.
And they did.
There's no hashtag for SFH in there. I saw it today.
Excuse me?
No,
on the Instagram one? We're
Not
tagged in it.
No, the TikTok, Facebook one, we're not. So I didn't see anything.
The Instagram one that comes from, the reels all come from Instagram. And on the Instagram post, we are tagged in it.
No, well then somehow the Facebook translation cut us out.
Ew.
Yeah, it can do that.
Okay.
If they have it set up where they go through, but I don't even know that Facebook tags really matter as much as Instagram tags.
Yeah, because I'm the initial post on Instagram. We are tagged in it.
I take it all back. I do wear their clothes.
I'm trying to help, man. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I've been wrong once or twice. I thought I was anyway.
WRONG wrong.
Well, no, but in Brian's defense, I think there are some people like me who favor Facebook over other social media platforms just because that's what we're used to. Dinosaurs that don't like to move and change very much. So it is nice to learn both,
it's extremely different than Instagram and
Right.
X. I mean, it's a whole different approach to everything. It's like your neighborhood bar versus like Instagram is your city and X is the world.
Yeah.
Like they're all, but not because they're bigger, but because they're just
analogy.
different how they approach putting things out and who you're interacting with.
Yep.
So it's just quite a bit different.
It took me a while to get used to how TikTok worked, even before I started posting stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been posting shit for years. So it's funny that it's something finally kicked off this hard. But
Dude, it
took a minute.
We had Mike from Coop and Mike on this week. He shared something. I guess you guys saw that because I know somebody from SFH commented.
That would be me.
Shared something very nice. Did you have a chance to listen to it?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
It was really, really kind of him to say those words and put that out there.
Put y'all up there with Sean and Rogan. That was good.
That's
Liked it.
That's something. I did not hear it. Lance mentioned it to me. I've had a day job day from hell. We lost 3 vehicles went down today?
Killing all the bugs, and the bugs are fighting back. The bugs have taken down 3 of the trucks. we gotta get our defenses up here. You should have upgraded the armor like I told you to.
The work trucks would have been all right. So we all know how I feel about my daughter. So the daughter's transmission goes down.
Oh no!
Daughter takes dad's truck and says go. She gets to work today and calls me in tears. Dad's truck took a shit. She goes, I don't know what I did, but the same thing happened. I'm going, there's no way you dump 2 transmissions in 2 days. So I leave where I'm at. I go
She's doing something real special.
I get the truck and I'm going, this will make it to the mechanic. It's only a couple miles. So I limp the truck to the mechanic. It turns out the rack and pinion blew out. She must have run over a bird. The steering fell apart. And then one of the work trucks' check engine lights started doing this. It's just been one of those weeks.
Huzzah.
It's only Tuesday, right?
I started my day with closing my garage door and my
baby.
bumper.
I see. I didn't know what else to do but be gruntle, Ty.
There you go. See, the guys are pissed off.
It was the perfect shirt for the day.
Uh-huh.
So, and then, so what else we got going on? So can we talk about October yet, Lance? I know we haven't really done
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about October. Like you said, October 17th, we're going to have a little music event with a couple of musicians out. And then October 18th, Zach, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. And then October 18th, we will be hosting our first official golf tournament for SFH and have some really good benefactors and really cool things just started reaching out for sponsors this past week.
Yeah. Got our thing.
Our
Not
thing.
setting
SFH,
not setting up a
SFH
table at someone
presents.
else's thing.
Yep.
Pretty exciting.
Absolutely.
very
Go hit the
exciting.
ball and chase at golf tournaments.
Yeah. Chase my balls. What?
Holy goodness sakes, we're gonna get removed from the internet.
No, we're good. We're 25 minutes in. We're safe, right?
Yes.
I didn't say the C word.
Who knows, really?
So we are on. So wait, I was having a conversation
true
with
freedom of
somebody.
speech.
We
Hold
are
on,
on.
before. Go ahead.
We are on Spotify, Apple, and are we on YouTube as well?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
that's the only one I was not sure of.
Most streaming
Well,
platforms.
and Amazon and 50 other places that none of us have ever heard
Podomatic
of.
and this place and that place.
I didn't even know Amazon did podcasts.
Yeah, they sure do.
Okay.
Here you go. Here you go.
Hippopotamus.
Here you go.
Awesome experience last night. So I got invited to the SFH Still Here One More podcast with Zach Polk and Ty Southern. These guys are awesome, man. Let me tell you, if you've not seen or listened to any of their podcasts, it is so cool. It was the first podcast I've ever been on, and I've been on a few, where it wasn't like an interview type.
That's my
setup. It was
voice.
literally like an organic conversation, almost like your Joe Rogans or your Sean Ryans. It's what they do is awesome. Episode will be out here in a few weeks. I'll let y'all know when it comes out so you can check it. But what I absolutely loved is that we talked about all kinds of stuff. Like funny stuff, we joked around together, we talked about the real stuff, talked a little bit about my story, and then we get to the end, and both Zach and I were like, oh yeah, we're gonna have you back on for sure. Yeah, we're gonna have part 2 for sure, maybe even more. So it just goes yet again to drive home the fact that the good Lord is putting the most amazing people in my life. Yes, I promise I will get more content out from the Brushy Mountain experience that I had this weekend with Andrew up there.
Very cool.
Pretty cool.
I like it.
I'm going to go a little further and say, Zach, when we started this thing, did you ever dream of shit like that? That's what you dreamt of, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's evolved my feelings for it and what I've, you know, like you have this idea. You look at the world of podcasting and you go, there's people that are successful. You want to be successful, but what success means to me is different than it was at the beginning. So like it goes back to the one more thing. You know what I mean? Like now I do see the value and the joy in one person who sees some good in it and gets something from it. Of course I want it to be bigger numbers. Of course I would like it to be the biggest numbers. Everybody would.
Yeah.
Just to be helping more people and to getting out to more people. But it's definitely exciting to see things like that.
It's
the
coming,
top
man.
10,000.
Sean
I mean,
Sean
if- I
Ryan's
mean, if
been
you
doing
didn't,
this a
you wouldn't
while.
be
Rogan's
thriving.
been doing it the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that top 10,000 thing, that was nothing to scoff at either.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't expecting anything like that the first year out.
Look, man,
Right.
a lot of the reasons why those people have been successful is their guests, and Lance got us Tom Cruise. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Tom Cruise is coming up.
I did. I found
Crazy.
I found a Tom Cruise for you guys.
Hey, Tom Cruise.
A Tom Cruise.
Not the Tom Cruise.
I'm
No,
sure
no.
if we work hard
Clarify.
enough, we can get an Adam Sandler as well. There's lots of Jews in New York.
I might stumble across one. Got to make sure that he's in shorts and a
Dude, that's
sweatshirt, though.
actually pretty brilliant. It would be kind of hilarious to have a podcast where you have nothing but people named after celebrities with the same names as celebrities.
Yeah.
Your whole entire show is people that no one know who have the same name as somebody else. That'd be fucking funny, man.
Right.
We even not acknowledge it. Just say we have Adam Sandler coming this week, and then
He's
just
a
talk
butcher
about
from
him and what he
Hoboken.
does, and yeah,
No
just
pictures,
talk
no
about
nothing. Just
what's
Adam
it like
Sandler.
being from where Sinatra's from.
Sounds like some shit Tosh would do or somebody like that.
There you go.
Yeah, not how annoying is it that people say you don't even look like him? I'm like, but it's my name.
I like
I
it.
wouldn't know what to say to that either.
Lance has a new project to work on.
What is that? I don't think I have enough yet.
But
What do we got?
You're always telling me that between like 12 and 12:15, you got nothing to do during the day.
You just wait till the fucking schedule starts
that was what-
popping up names like Kanye Smith. We got Kanye, dude. We got Ye.
We have
You know,
lost
that's
Ty
gonna
for
be
the
a
rest of the
thing
evening now. He's
I'm
done.
gonna start looking. I'm gonna start looking, and like every fourth or fifth person that I book is gonna be, "Hey man, I got you, Adam Sandler."
Coming in hot.
Told you only if he has the shorts and the hoodies.
That's hysterical. So
No, I like to wear
we'll
suits
have to
for no
find a way to
reason.
get you down to Florida. I didn't even. Yeah, we'll put you on stage with all your old friends.
Yeah, if I'm gonna play, I really and you need a sound man. Incorporate that. Ryan would probably drive, or we could fly, or whatever's cheaper, and work together to make that happen.
Hell yeah, play me a song, Curtis Lowe.
We're just waiting on the final venue, whether it's a beer brewery. There's the word brewery, or
There you go.
I don't drink anymore. I can't even think of
Beer
the shit's called.
factory.
A place that serves beer and really good pizza.
A beerery.
A beerery.
Yeah, one of them.
Our dear friend Michelle has a friend that owns a beerery down there in Claremont.
Larry Malt.
That's the place we used to play at.
No, not the. I think you guys played at one, but this. I don't think this one is it. Madison plays
Were you
there with
guys at
Rain
Sun
quite a
Creek?
bit. Is that at Sun Creek?
Oh hell,
I
I
believe
don't
that's
know.
it.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But I know the other location that we were looking at is the View.
The view at Claremont, I believe.
Yeah.
So, the golf course is actually set in stone. That is a place called
Yes.
Stony Brook, I believe, in
Stony Brook West.
No, Winter Garden.
Stony Brook West.
Stony
Hell
Brook,
yeah.
Stony Brook West and Winter Garden.
Winter Garden.
Winter
Look at
Garden.
me. Learning my towns
It's right
in
down the
Florida.
road from me. It's not so far.
Dude, it's a shame the Tin Roof doesn't make it easier to use that second room that they barely utilize.
The green room.
Yeah, the green room would be so useful in a lot of situations that they just don't. They're just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, I think we might reach out to Connor now that he is the GM there and see if they want to do some kind of sponsorship with us. Since
That would be
the
cool.
other guy's no longer with us anymore, they might talk to us again.
Yeah, Sully's the GM in St. Louis. I don't know if you guys knew that or if you even remember Sully.
He's the guy that landed the plane in the Hudson, right?
Yeah. I'm getting him on the podcast
Oh, we
next.
can get him on too. Let's do this.
That was the really, really big tall guy.
No, Sully was
looks like
Sully
Tom
was a
Hanks.
nerdy looking dude with glasses that was a server and a bartender sometimes. I don't think he bartended. He was just a server.
There was an Andre the Giant server that I remember. He was like,
Yeah,
really
Sully's
freaking
like
tall,
regular.
right?
Sully's probably 5'11", 5'10".
Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. That's a
I don't
real
remember
thing.
them.
Ty, everybody's taller than you. What are you talking about?
Lance, time.com
That's
has
me.
an article with people with famous people's names. Matthew Broderick, Ashley Olsen, Taylor Swift, and it's a guy. So there's a starring spot
I want
for you.
Taylor Swift.
Oh,
I tell you, as much as
Mm-hmm.
as much as we went back and forth about you
Chris
guys
Brown.
wanting to advertise the podcast early, and I'm like, nah, that's not the move. If we started getting people like Taylor Swift on the podcast, I'm going fucking weeks before showing our schedule, dude.
Yeah, it's
Like this
Yeah.
month.
That'd be funny. But yeah.
dude, I'm really
Trying to
looking,
find
he's
words
a
where they actually have
30-year-old
something
guy.
to say.
I'm really looking forward to you and Tyler sitting down and having a conversation with Ben and Jess soon as well from
Yeah.
Wood Fight Monsters.
For sure. Ben and Jess, both of them.
Correct.
Because I
From my
feel
understanding, they're both
like I was
coming on.
promised a dog last time, and I just got a dude. But you know,
Well,
Mike
I,
was
that
awesome.
ain't my fault. That's Mike's fault.
I was like, so we're getting both of them.
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah, I want to listen to his. Like I said, everybody knows at this point that we don't do a lot of research on the guests because we want it to be organic. But with him, I just don't want to do a lesser version of the exact same thing Sean Ryan does.
Yeah, you're
Because
well,
we
you're
can't in
not,
5 hours going to touch on near the same amount
I'm
of
going to
shit.
tell you from someone that would never sit and listen to a 5-hour podcast. I listened to the whole thing today. I listened to the first 3 hours and then I listened to the last 2 hours. From the third hour to the fourth hour, Jess speaks. The rest of the time, Ben is speaking. And no matter which way you guys go with your conversation, it's going to be a damn good conversation and it's not going to lap over the way that he did it because you
Okay.
guys just have a different formation than the way that he does things.
Cool.
Shabby.
That's
So,
kind of why people enjoy
that,
talking to you guys, because
yeah.
it really is not like every other
It's about
podcast.
being
I
a
mean,
conversation.
Yeah.
it's like sitting in a living room without sitting in the living room.
You could definitely be compared to worse podcasters.
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Let's just say that.
It's like, let's stick with these comparisons, per please.
There you go. We're doing
Well,
all
I
right.
mean, I'm a 15-year Joe Rogan veteran, so of course I take a lot of like his approach to things. It's hard not to. Like, you get influenced by the people you look up to, I suppose.
And I'm a talker and a rambler from way back. It's in my blood.
no,
Are you?
no one would know that.
I was saying no.
I didn't
He gets
notice
it from his
that.
father.
I was trying to get you to talk more.
Yeah, but instead of like when you go on a big long rant and then you get done with the rant and then you say all the same things in different words and do it for the second time, I think you should do it 3 times. Fuck twice,
Yeah.
dude.
Go for the quad.
just his-
Why not?
Rude.
That's the old cassette tape getting caught and rewinded, just going again.
Where's the pencil?
In
Where's the
summation,
pencil?
you don't want the recap to be in kind of a different order. You want the recap to just be the same exact shit I just said in the same exact order.
No, you don't need to
I
recap.
don't know why I have to do a recap. I have no earthly idea why it has to happen. It is something that my brain does. But for y'all, I try to make it at least better, different, something.
What I'm saying is, when I talk, I gotta say it 2 times because this is me doing a recap. I'm saying it a different way now so that you understand. In case I didn't get my point across.
He's part
what
parrot.
exactly.
Ty, is that a bird?
Use your inside voice for the second recap.
No,
don't
hold
know
on
what
a
you're
second. Hold on a second. This is what I do, right? This is my role in the
Hate my
team. Is
heart.
I kind of think about it. I think Ty recaps to make sure he's hit all the primary points that he wanted to make while he was making his statements and getting his point across. So he's recapping. It's yeah, I got that.
brought her
So it's in
down
a different
here?
formation. That's
Damn,
what's
the
happening.
doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kelly, you're fired as the thinking person.
Okay.
She's
The
a
Can I
doctor.
become the sound girl then? Can I get a little soundboard?
No.
He is a doctor.
Yeah, you'll be the Brian Red band.
Her internet went
who
back
did
to
that?
fuzzy again.
Who did that on the Howard
I
Stern
am?
show? Who was the sound guy?
I don't know.
Fred?
Fred, was that
Fred
it?
Norris. Still the
Fred Norris.
Fred Norris, still the sound guy.
Kelly, look, your
could be
internet
Fred.
used to you'd be at 29% now
I
and
know,
you're
I've
at
been watching.
44. So you're at least
It
Moving
also
on.
hit
15%
it
better.
hit 45. I got really excited. I was like, oh, maybe I'll get to 50. Oh my god! No, it stopped at
probably
44. It was like fluctuating
you're
between
lo-
44 and 45 for a while. But yeah, that's almost twice as
I
fast
don't know
as
what
I've had.
Ty's doing, but for the way that we see each other,
We don't wanna
Ty
talk
is
about
Don't,
that.
don't say it.
down. He's staring at the top
Don't
of
say
Kelly's
what
head
it
as she
looks
talks
like.
about her
Don't
internet
talk
Yeah,
about
speed.
we don't need to go there.
It's
We already all went there.
it's
but we
like
don't need to go there.
buddy.
it's like the opening cut scene for or the opening scene to Here's a Story about them. It's they're in the boxes and they're
Exactly,
looking
exactly.
at each other and like, or what was that? Hollywood Squares, dude.
That's back.
Paul
But
lived in
everyone's
the
box
Hollywood
is in a different
Squares.
place, so
I would say I'm in the upper corner.
Yeah, I think we're all in different places on our screens.
My
Yeah,
bad.
bottom.
You're on the bottom for me too.
Keep
You and Zach are on the
original
bottom.
frame. I apologize.
Hey Zach, look at that.
Yo,
It is the same.
we're not bottoms.
Mine
We're
goes
not bottom.
mine goes Ty, Brian,
We're in
me,
the
and then you
middle,
guys are on the
so-
bottom. Yeah, you're in the middle for mine too. See, I don't think we're all in different locations.
Top middle.
No, evidently
Yeah, but
we're
didn't
not.
Yeah, sure,
Brian,
you're
Brian say that Ty was
It used to
looking
move
down?
around
Yes.
on us.
So
He was
you?
looking down on the screen.
I mean,
yes,
his
no,
screen.
left to right, I have Ty, me, Zach, and the bottom row is Kelly and Lance. So when
Right,
Ty
his
looks
is
down,
oh.
Interesting.
he's staring down your
So,
shirt, Kel.
Imagine
So
that.
fuck off.
Brian's different. Brian's different. Huh.
Brian's always different.
Imagine that.
Ruined everything.
Ruin it all.
No.
Now my day is complete. I fucked up everybody else's. I can go to bed.
Good night.
Philly pride. Someone must.
Did
go
I
to
make
bed and
someone
say, "Fucking
cry
Ryan."
today?
Hey, what's the Philly area that says water and burrito?
I don't know about burrito, but we all say water ice.
What?
Dorito.
Water ice?
Water ice.
Water-
W-O-O-T-E-R.
ice?
Water ice. Water ice.
No,
fuck is that?
don't tell me you don't say it because I promise that
What is-
you might
what-
not. But there's
what
a
is
part of
water
Philly
ice?
It says
where
burrito?
the people where the people call it a hoagie. You having a hoagie and a Dorito?
No, isn't hoagie? Hoagie's Boston, isn't it?
I'm gonna get some Doritos and a hoagie.
That might be Boston.
I think it's Boston.
No, it's Philly.
No, it has Baltimore does it too.
A hoagie?
It's a
hoagie.
But listen.
The thing he's doing.
It's
You
Joe
hear it.
told me what it was. It's
Right.
not the city. It's somewhere outside of Philly, the city. It's somewhere that's well known for this vernacular in Philadelphia. I can't think of the place. But anyway, the reason I was asking is I was hoping you could tell me the place because I play NHL hockey with a guy from Philly who says that, who talks like that. Who's like
Delco?
Delco, that's it.
That's where Eddie's from.
That's the Delco speech, dude.
Well, Bobby's from
You
Delco.
go to Delco and you get a hoagie and a burrito.
It has a little extra.
I'm gonna have to start reaching out to our Delco friends and seeing if I can get that herd.
Can I get some Doritos and a hoagie?
When I go to the bar down next time and MJ's bartending, I'll see if I can see somebody order a hoagie. Never noticed.
It's a hoagie.
Never fucking noticed that. We do water ice.
Water.
WOODER. Water ice.
Water.
What is
Wow.
water?
That's
ice?
that's why nobody was that shocked whenever the mayor comes out and misspells
Can't
Eagles,
spell Eagles.
because everybody else is like, what's wrong with it? I don't understand.
Man, I wish from the bottom of my heart that she just accidentally left out a letter. Like, nah, it was pretty butchered.
So somebody got a custom made license plate for their car that says Eagles the way she spelled it.
yes,
But all right, so Eagles win the Super Bowl. We put on this massive parade, right? I mean, massive parade. 2 people, nobody got shot, actually. They were off to the side. So, like, the governor comes in.
What does that even mean? Nobody got shot. They were off to the side. That didn't count.
No idea.
that little guy. Don't worry about that little guy.
Wait,
He doesn't count.
so the governor comes in and he gives a minute and a half.
Can we
The mayor of
rewind?
Philadelphia.
You can't
No, we're
cruise
not
past
rewinding.
that.
The mayor of Philadelphia gave a 4 to 5 minute speech. The crowd is booing. The team standing behind her. Everyone's eyes are spinning around. She's trying to get them to chant one Philly or something. And I'm going, well, she's a passionate lady. She like that plane crash, that medical jet that crashed in Northeast Philly. Handled amazingly. They got the city back up and running. I thought that was done well. And she's a very passionate woman, but she gave a speech that I thought 1.5 million people were going to trample this woman. And there's clips of it out there. Even the governor's eyes are just kind of glazing over and rolling back. But, so, you know, the guys are on the buses and people are heaving beers at them. And the general manager, Howie Roseman, wasn't looking and took a beer can to the forehead hard enough you could see the ring.
Not his near head.
No.
Oh, yeah, that is near. No, you have near and forehead.
Oh,
He just has forehead. He's
Nice.
Jewish. He's Jewish. He's got forehead. But
you
but
got the
forehead.
the whole thing, he's got the ring from the beer
It's
can.
panoramic.
Holy shit!
Panoramic.
Yeah. Finish the day.
Yep,
Gave a great
that
speech.
sounds very Philly. Throwing beer cans and beer bottles at the team
I
that you're
think
rooting
you
for.
truly
No,
meant
they-
it with
but
love,
they
Ty.
were-
I think you
The
really
players
did.
are getting off the bus. They were taking shots with everybody. They were drinking. It was a phenomenal day. And the joke was there were again
Is anybody else alarmed at how easily he just acts like that's normal to throw fucking beer cans and beer bottles at
No.
the
They were
team you
full
love?
beers so they could drink them.
Well, he talked
Oh,
about
okay.
the gunshots like they never even happened.
It didn't matter. They were on the side.
What the fuck? You
Just
said?
on the side. They're fine.
because it wasn't
Inconsequential
it wasn't-
gunfire.
Oh, they're shooting
parade
over there.
goes through
As
the
long as
city.
they're shooting over there, it's okay.
the gunshots were not
As long as the bullet goes that way,
part
we're
of the
good.
parade. 2 people got shot in the leg. They were probably fucking around with their gun, didn't know
Oh,
what
it
they
was
were
just in
doing.
the leg. You see?
It wasn't a
Cheddar
fight.
Bob.
I thought it was a
Worry.
fight between. Yeah, it was at the porta potties.
If
Someone skipped the line
Well,
and got mad and-
if you're gonna fight over the
Damn,
shitter,
they
then
had to take a
hey, look,
shit.
somebody got
Yeah, I
killed
think
at the
that's what I
Chiefs
read.
parade
I don't
last
know.
year, didn't they? Didn't somebody get killed at the Chiefs parade last year?
Yeah, that was actually a shooting.
Yeah, real shooting.
If you
That was
ignore people getting shot and beers being thrown at your
You must
team,
be
you
from
might
Not
be from Philly.
Here's your sign.
Philly fans are definitely a different breed. They have the
Worst
parade at
fans
Magic
in
Kingdom.
sports, passionate but assholes.
So I will say this: I wanted to do a test. I
Exactly.
wanted to see
You
what would
just proved the
happen
point.
if I went to the Magic Kingdom parade after the Super Bowl wearing my Chiefs stuff because I got
I love
broad
you,
shoulders
Kelly.
and thick skin. So let's see what happens. And I did. I stuck out like a sore thumb. Christmas tree, one ball on it, and it was me walking through the crowd. I literally saw one other person in Chiefs gear. It was beautiful. I had a lot of Chiefs fans going, "Oh my God, you're so brave! I can't believe you
Gross.
did that. It's amazing."
Gross.
Yeah.
Most of the Philly fans were fantastic. I'm going to say that. Most of them were fantastic. One guy asked to take a selfie with me because he was like, "I can't believe you did that. That's so cool. Can I take a picture?"
Wait. Is this after they won?
Jalen
This is-
Hurts was at the.
Well, yeah, they're
Disney.
not gonna be shitty to you after they won. You
But-
lost.
But wait,
Right.
But wait,
Wait.
there was this lovely elderly lady in a wheelchair, and she was trying to get across the pathway after the parade was out. And Magic Kingdom, anyone's been there knows, it's like after the fireworks, Main Street USA, you can't go anywhere. It's terrible. It's deadlock. So we noticed she's trying to get across in her wheelchair with a lady pushing behind her. And I said, "Do you want to go across?" And she was like, "Yeah." So we stopped. My mother-in-law and I stop the traffic. Chiefs stops all the Philly fans behind me. I got booze, some crazy stuff going on. This little old lady looks at me and she goes, "What were you thinking? That's dumb." My only response was, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm a nice person. I stopped the entire pathway for you.
You're welcome, Grandma.
Right?
I'm proud of my
Yeah.
team, and I'm still
She just pushed her
waiting
into
for
traffic.
you to go." She's like, "That's really just dumb." And then
I'm
she
grateful.
rolled
You
on.
should have flipped her shit back.
I couldn't have
outta here.
been. I don't even like Philly, but I couldn't have been happier seeing them getting absolutely trampled by
I
Philadelphia
know.
that day.
It was awful. It was all because of the lady doing voodoo in the stands. That's what
No, it's
happened.
because Casey stinks.
No,
Yeah, they're done.
it was the lady.
Their ride is over.
Time
the
at the top's
pins.
over.
It might be. It might be.
Wah.
Travis
That
Kelce's
wasn't
staying
from the
on for
video,
one
though.
more year. Everyone's excited because it's year 13, and everyone's like, "This is going to be it."
Okay.
Done.
We'll see. We might be. It might be.
It's year
rebuilding.
13. One guy, just because of some weird luck thing, is going to dictate what happens with 55 players per team for every game of the season.
Exactly. That's how it works.
It's like,
But at least now the
dude,
refs
I used to have those
can,
arguments
move
with
on to a
people
new
all the
team.
times with sports.
Yeah.
People that are like they flip their hat around. I'm like, yeah, because you flipped your hat over. All these dudes that spent their life training, all the coaches, all the people involved are affected by you flipping your hat over.
Wait, and
Yes.
you've been wearing the
Butterfly
same
effect.
underwear without washing it for 3 or 4 years, only
Yeah.
on winning days.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's insanity to me. But
Dude,
disgusting.
superstitions are pretty fucking bananas, and people don't ever stop and like really pay attention to how
thank
stupid
God
they
I
are.
don't have any of that shit. So I don't. It's just
Wearing garters under the pitcher's wearing garters under.
We
his
did
pants.
just restructure Saquon Barkley's contract, so he is here for eternity till he retires. We did that.
Huzzah.
today.
Nice.
Yeah.
I-
Talk about a good human being.
Yeah, I've only heard
before
good things.
before we move on past it, I am a big fan of the Jason Giambi slump buster. That's not a bad superstition.
Okay.
Where he would wear the gold underwear when he was in a slump.
So-
But we just equated that to like you would bang like a fat or ugly chick so that you could.
Take
That's
one
your
for the
Jason
team?
Giambi slump buster. Yeah, we would call those girls Jason Giambi slump busters.
Yeah.
Now,
But-
if you're a superstition and you're one of the team members who's going to be on the field, whatever sport it may be, football or anything else, those superstitions do actually have a little bit of power over your performance. So it's that confidence booster, right?
if,
so you're
if
not so
both
much.
if both teams have that, but the problem is that
Right.
superstitions and things like gods tend to be ignored when they don't work. You didn't win every game of the season, and you had the same superstition. So if it didn't work
Correct.
for you when you lost, then clearly it's not really effective.
Correct.
Well, you see it a lot in baseball. A guy takes a strike, he backs away from the plate, he undoes the one glove, undoes the other glove, adjusts his helmet, puts the bat in the fourth
Well, that's
squares in a box. I mean, that's a superstition before he bats every time.
but I think there's a difference. I think that's more of a ritual. I think a ritual and a superstition are quite different. because like
how
like
I at bat,
even
step one, this thing, step
right,
two,
because
glove.
because you're trying to get in the
Like-
zone and you do these things in an order so that you can focus on the thing you need to focus on. I'm ritualistic as far as like when I was playing gigs in Delaware or when I was playing in Orlando, there was a time that I started this, a time that I did this. I did these things in this order because it got me mentally prepared. It wasn't a superstition as much as a ritual.
Now, if you didn't do your ritual, would you feel like you performed the same
No.
or worse?
It
Or
didn't
better?
really affect. It really didn't affect me. There's a lot of times where I couldn't because something made it where I couldn't do the same order of things, and it was just the gig was fine. It didn't really affect me, but it just simplified things and let me focus on what I needed to focus on.
Yeah.
So it was never really like a. It's not that important. In other words, like
Yeah.
if I didn't do it, it was fine.
Like it didn't get into your head like, oh God, I forgot to
No. Mm-mm. It was never
pluck
like
the
that.
third string for the 5th time before.
No. It was never like that. Again, it was just
to the
if you
extreme.
if you
Yeah, that would
I
be
mean even
OCD,
like
you're
shit,
right.
even like shit like when I get out of my car, I slap my pocket, make sure my key's there, make sure I got my phone, or when I'm leaving the house or whatever, like those ritualistic things that you might do. I personally, if I don't, it's not like a big deal, but it just becomes again, it just simplifies the process, I suppose, because you're getting shit knocked out and doing things in an order, and that way I don't forget to plug something in or I don't forget to do a certain thing because I know that these steps happen or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go with that. Word. Sounds good.
All right, we're knocking on an hour. I still got a shit and I'm starving.
And that's all, folks.
I think we covered pretty much everything.
On that note,
think
the
we
turtle's
covered
coming out of the
everything.
cage.
Yeah, I
we
was gonna
did.
say they covered all the events and the new car and all that good stuff. So.
Yep. I will just
Yeah.
add, go to wearesfh.com and go to the events page for updates because we do update that part of the page regularly. So if you want to know where we're going to be and when, check it out.
And Bri,
We are
do
currently-
have some. Go ahead.
Currently working on a redo of the website to bring it
Yes.
into a newer, modern time. Picture a Ty jumping out of a plane with a quote from some guy next to him, so everybody thought his name was Sean when we launched, and changing some things around. So, new website should be, I don't want to say 30 or 60. Let's say 2 months. New website should be live. Matter of fact, you'll be able to the sponsorships for the events that we're going to do. If you want to sponsor any of these events, the forms are going to be there. The way to pay for everything's going to be there. It's going to be all fucking automated, baby.
Badass.
Yeah, all I
I
got to
didn't
do
know
is
about that.
it just did it.
This
A
past
dear
week-
friend of
this
ours.
past week.
Remember Noah with the benders?
Of him.
Noah Spot. Okay, so he got married and he just moved to Brazil with his wife.
Wow.
Went to school for all this, and I've known Noah a long time now. We were joking about it, and then we were talking about it and saw him for his farewell show. I mean, they played my birthday for 5 straight years, and he said, yeah, I'd love to look at it. So he spent some time looking at it. We had a meeting last week, and just trying to bring it into, I don't like the template version of websites, and I think we were a
Yeah.
template, and it's going to be all original
Last space.
designs and everything, and, the events page, Kelly will be able to do what she does, or he will do what he does. It'll just hopefully be a lot more cleaner, fresher, and modern, streamlined.
Yeah, more streamlined.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nothing if not efficient.
Yeah, I want to get the podcast
Yeah.
as part of it, maybe links to it or links to connect to it. It's all under one umbrella now, so we might as well bring it all in together. Maybe even get a podcast page with the episodes there so people can click and do something.
And
Well, yeah,
link
you
to your
could throw the
iRacing.
YouTube. You could put the YouTube links up there too. I mean,
Yeah.
Cal, wait till you see that. The little race car is going to drive around as the page looks, baby.
yeah,
I'll
nothing
write
like
a note tomorrow,
nothing
so
like
now I have something to do.
nothing like racing without the element of danger.
Exactly.
I just
Is
want
that
one
not
of
how
these,
I
Edge of my
explained it to
seat.
you, Bri? Is that not
Yeah.
how I explained to you?
I want one of those simulators down here in my basement somewhere. I saw a picture of one today, man. It looks like I'm
it's a
going to what we
spaceship.
used to call the
You
spaceport
have
when
the
I was a
room
kid.
down there. You have a room
I do
down
have
there.
the room down here. The new dog will
Yeah,
take
you
it
can-
over.
And
Yeah,
they,
it's just like a
they
space
make whole
simulator. It's a
setups now.
simulator.
You don't have to make it from scratch either. They make
Well, I-
whole setups you can get.
I had a setup that was $400. It was just a stand and the pedal board and the wheel, And the wheels now,
But he needs
like
the
when you buy a
triple
wheel,
screen.
you wouldn't want to go any less than this. I got kind of the bottom of line if you're going to be at all serious about it and have fun with it. But it's got force feedback, a bunch of engines in it that'll, like, when you hit a wall, it like jerks the wheel around and like it's pretty badass. It's way harder than you think.
The cruise ship had one. I was playing it. It was phenomenal.
Well, yeah, but those are like
Yeah,
retarded
but-
down.
Still,
It might have been. It still had the same vibrations every time I would swerve into
Yeah,
the wall.
but they're like, those are
This coming
not.
from a guy that's got a wheel in his desk doing this, and I'm dumbing it down.
No, but I'm saying, what I'm saying is, well, it's not on my desk, but I don't even have it anymore. But what I'm saying is, when I went, I've been a gamer since I was a kid. I game a lot, so I'm a really good gamer, and I'm good at racing games. But when I put the wheel on and I was trying to do dirt racing, it humbled the shit out of me. I'm like, holy fuck, dude.
it's like, wait a second, I suck at this.
Yeah, dude. And then you see the guys that are good at it, and you're like, I got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
see
I
you.
guess
No,
back in the
Dave
day, I mean,
Attenborough.
I remember when Atari came out, you had just a single joystick and the red button to push, and you had Pac-Man and shit. I am that old.
It's the 2600 from Atari.
And then we
Huge.
right, or Pac-Man. And then,
I
wait,
remember when Atari came out as a crazy sentence.
all right, wait, there was
That
one
was my
before that.
only gaming
Timex.
station that I ever owned until I had a son.
Timex had
And
a
now we have
computer
a
before
Wii.
that. The watch people
Whoa.
had the Timex Sinclair 1000. And then you got the Atari, and then Mattel came out with the Intellivision, which was cool for its time. And then the Intellivision 2, which you had to put a plug in for the first talking games. They had sound.
Don't forget about ColecoVision.
That was afterwards.
Yeah.
Coleco came after that, and then Brandon had the first Nintendo, the 64? And I
No,
had-
it's just
I-
Whoa.
just
Nintendo.
just
No,
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
And then I had
Yeah,
a
there was-
Genesis, the Sega
Yeah.
Genesis, which was cool. That was ahead of its time.
The NES.
Genesis
Actually,
was dope.
Lindsay still has that.
The Dreamcast was the one that was ahead of its time.
That one I
What
had.
is it
She
with
has
girls and old video games?
too. I don't know.
What?
So maybe. Oh no, Lindsay's got
Girls,
my Dreamcast.
most girls don't touch modern video games. They're like, I love Mario Kart.
I do love Mario Kart.
The
I
newer
know you
Mario
do.
Karts are epic.
I would have
if I-
told you that.
And if I could get Qbert and Frogger on any PlayStation
Frogger,
or
Maddie's
anything like
game.
that,
You
I
You can get them on
would-
your phone, fool.
No, but that's,
Maddie was a Frogger girl.
I love Frogger.
Somewhere
You can-
I'll dig him
You
out
can
for
get
the
emulators.
I got.
You
I'll
can
dig
get
him out for one
emulators.
of these things. The handheld Mattel football and baseball games with the red dashes.
Oh, yeah.
I still have all of them. Merlin,
Those are badass.
Merlin.
You can still buy those. You can still buy those football and basketball games.
Well, these go back to the mid '80s, man.
No, I get it, but they're the same thing. They
Yeah.
haven't changed, and they still sell them shits.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
They're yeah, you had the little lines. You had to try to. They were moving, and you had to try to like
pass
wiggle
the ball,
through.
boop,
And
boop, 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 yeah.
fuck, dude, do you remember? Do you remember the tabletop vibrating football board?
I don't think I had that.
It was like a big football field, and it vibrated. And you set the players up. They had like felt on the bottom. You set the players up, and you put this little felt ball in the guy's hand that you wanted to run the ball, and then you just switch it on, and it would just vibrate, and the players would wiggle around them.
I do not
How do
remember
you
that.
win? A
You
game
don't
like that?
remember
I
that?
don't. I will.
I don't.
How
No,
would
I
you
never.
win?
I
How
don't
do
know.
you
You
win?
would. It really sucked terribly bad. So you would set it up and you'd play it about twice, and you'd be like, "That stinks," and then you'd not play it anymore. But
I actually have in my office that I found when my father passed away, and I'm going way back because I'm 57. Fisher Price had a hockey table about yay big with little pucks like this and 2 sticks with ropes, and it's still in the box in the office. And you would just hit it back and forth. It was like pre-air hockey. You would just hit the one puck. That was it. And you needed somebody else to play with. Or the Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Rock'em Sock'em was dope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
We're taking a trip down memory lane and talking about toys.
I would say
I still have
Hungry
my
Hungry
house.
Hippo was
five
one of my
all left in the
favorites.
That might
I
be
would
in
say
the house
I-
somewhere.
I'm playing Game Boy Pokemon on an emulator right now.
How's that
I've
going?
been
Nothing
going
wrong
back
with
through
that.
all the original games.
Nothing
because
wrong
none
with
of my
reliving your youth. Your
I
youth.
have the original games. They just don't work anymore because I mean, they're old. Like they're
Right.
but
old balls and loose skin. Gross.
Oh, Chris.
But that's how shit has changed. So I have a TV in my office here, and it rebooted the other day, and I'm looking through it, and it says games. So if I had a
there's games option on my shit now.
I did no fucking clue, Ty. You know, I don't have time
This
for
is
that.
new.
But it's new.
Netflix just has a whole category of games. I haven't even tried to fuck with
this
them
is
yet.
just on the LG. It's an app, and you download like iRacing's probably there. You just need a controller because obviously you got to play the shit.
Well, yeah, there's straight up. There's a games section on Netflix now.
So
Yeah.
who knows?
Not really
Maybe the old
certain
guy
how
will
that
play some
works.
games one day when he has nothing else to do.
Killed all the
That would be
bugs.
fun.
Hi, Toy Tutors. Thanks for watching.
Jesus.
Oh, you found it.
NFL football.
Oh,
Probably
boy.
a football game that was popular probably from the late 60s all the way up to the mid 80s.
It scared the shit out of me.
And it comes with the players that are painted, looks like the
Like Green Bay.
Packers and probably the Indianapolis Colts.
I wish you was the chief.
It's two shitty teams.
Bridge table. And these guys scoot along.
The one guy looks dead.
That guy fell over.
Yeah,
Turns.
that guy dead. It's shit right here.
He's waiting for his contract to renew.
And when you
It's
start,
got a speed control. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 30 still.
Oh shit! This is great.
This is absurd.
This is all they did with it. This,
He's gonna go out of
Yeah, this
bounds.
was it.
So when the timer goes off, you stop the play, and that's where you either adjust the line of scrimmage or use. one
Oh,
of
this
the
is for kids that had nothing to do with
turn
them
the
their
ball over.
lives.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, the kicker.
A pretty neat vintage game.
Oh, my
All right,
hockey,
guy.
my
Wow.
hockey game's not that
The boards
cool.
are kind of hard.
I just had the
Wow.
Fisher Price hockey.
That scared the shit out of me.
No warning at all that time.
Technology.
Jumps
Awesome.
out this damn chair. I'm gonna watch back to that part.
Yes.
But
All right.
You're still with us, and your
Ready,
skin's back
break.
on.
see
Glad
next
you guys
month.
are watching. Glad you guys stuck around. Thank you guys for always tuning in, subscribing, all that good shit. And just to let you know, we got Tom Cruise coming up. Tom Cruise is going to be on the podcast very
Gotta say-
soon.
You have to say a Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is on
Hopefully
the
Adam
reasons,
Sandler
you
will
have to
follow.
say a
tune
Tom
in.
Cruise.
Legality reasons.
Well, I wasn't specific on the spelling.
I know.
This is true. This is
I'm
true.
just like someone's gonna get mad.
Yeah,
But you said.
we don't want to fill in Kurt.
you know what
It's
happens when you
Terry
assume.
Crews. Yep.
Yeah, Terrence Crews.
You make an ass out of you and
You
me.
got it. That's right. So if people are assuming, that's their problem, not
That's
ours.
right,
We didn't
it's
do
on
that.
you.
That's it.
Not on
That's
us.
that's like
the internet, though.
I was trying to convince one of my buddies when we were doing an acoustic duo to name it Free Fried Chicken and Beer. So they'd be like Thursday night here at the bar, 7:00, free fried chicken and beer. Everybody'd show up and be like, "You son of a bitch!"
You rat
False advertisement.
Ready, break.
That's like a Tom Cruise. We got it. Ready?
All right, thank you guys.
Good night.
We're glad you're still fucking here.
Ditto.
Out of here.
See ya.